What's going on, everybody? GemMint back again with another statue unboxing and review. We got another one from Prime One Studio, the 1/3 scale Deadman from their Justice League Dark line. A special comic book invited artist came to help on design, and we'll talk about that in just a bit while we show some love to the art box. We always show love to the art box, but this time it's even more special because it's designed by Lee Bermejo. This is the artwork that was used to create this statue. I love how it wraps around the side of the box on that colored version, and then the all red side. Very cool, but enough of that. Let's get the styrofoam out of the box and see what's inside. So, weird styrofoam, kind of reminds me of getting customs back in the day, and a ton of advertisements. So I'm collecting the Hush line, but I don't know, Huntress, I don't think I'm a big enough fan of her to get her. If I get her, it's because I'm just working on that line, yo. Another advertisement for Black Manta, which was a 1/4 scale Injustice 2 piece. Again, I think this one got canceled, unfortunately. Batman Who Laughs just secured this piece again. Well, I never really owned it, but I did review it. This time, though, I did secure the DX, so we'll have that little Damian Wayne Robin Crow to review. Looking forward to that. I do have Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. I do have this one, the deluxe edition, but I also have the gold version as well. You guys can check out my review on those pieces. And then Batman DK3, one of the nicest statues that I've ever owned. I would definitely buy this back. And then it has a piece I'm not familiar with from Warhammer 40K. Did not even know Prime One made statues for them, but they do have a flyer included, so there you go. We have Lobo again with Dog and his dolphins. That's the DX. You might see this one pop up in the collection. Love the advertisement for it. And lastly, we have the package contents of Deadman here, along with the assembly guide, which is not really necessary on this piece, but we will do a video assembly here as well, just to show you where everything goes. Lifting off that lid, again, not like the traditional styrofoam, but it does include a little art print here. This is part of the DX, and this is an art print of the Lee Bermejo design signed by the man himself. That is an actual signature, not a printed signature, so very cool. And then now we can see the pieces underneath those styrofoam blocks. We have a little bone here, a femur, if you will. Don't let your dog get around this piece. It looks super realistic, and they'll probably chew it up. Then we have a rib cage here, giving me heavy Mortal Kombat vibes. But you have a nice kind of shine to it, missing, broken ribs. A little bit fragile, so be careful with that. Amazing portraits here. I love this kind of smirk portrait. In every Swamp Thing comic I've read with Deadman, he's kind of like the comic relief. He's like more on the Deadpool side of things. But look at the sculpt here and the paint showing the veins in his head, the sculpt in his face going down to his chest and those muscle details. That looks amazing. Glossy finish. And then you have the other portrait with the gritted teeth. Man, those black kind of soulless eyes, they look awesome. I love the gloss and how the light follows it. Again, look how he has like that zombified musculature sculpted. The gray is amazing. They nailed these portraits on Deadman. Let's pull them together so you can kind of see the difference. So just really the expression is the only change. The sculpt is pretty much the same thing, same positioning. And we have his huge body. I love the sculpt here. It gives you those muscle tendon, muscle fiber type of look. Paint is amazing. I just love the illusion that the sculpt does with all those little fine lines, the big D symbol and his huge collar, popped collar. Popping my collar. And then of course that bass, way too heavy. Let's go ahead and get it on the turntable and spin it around and take a look at it. So it's his tombstone, Boston brand. It kind of gives me like throne vibes too, man, this bass, but he'll stand atop of his tombstone that has skulls and other bones laying about. Here's a better look at the skulls. We'll key in the rib cage first, then that first bone that we showed you will key above it, so that when we key Deadman in, it looks like he's stepping on top of the rib cage. So let's go ahead and get him keyed in. Left foot goes in right there, and his right foot will key in to the bone that's attached to the base. I'm actually going to swing around and make sure that that keys in there and get it just a little bit tighter, so he's sitting all the way flush. All right, and then on to the portraits. So I would consider this the collector's edition or the regular portrait, right? I love it. I love how they were able to key him in to that collar so there's no neck seams. It's seamless. Looks amazing. And then switching that one out to the gritted teeth. I don't know. I kind of see Deadman more of a prankster and as a jokester. Although he is supernatural and powerful, this portrait works. I like the expression better too. I like the Rage portrait anytime you can give me one. Before we get into the full review, a big thank you to That Spider-Man Booth for sponsoring this video and many others, guys. Make sure to follow them for daily live comic book auctions. You can win CGC key issues and you'll receive Street Level Hero exclusive variants with beautiful covers. They do all their new drops on there now as well. Download whatnot, the link's in the description. It'll give you a $10 credit towards your first purchase, which you can use for That Spider-Man Booth or for myself at GemMintC Collectibles. I sell on there every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific. All right, guys, and there we have it, the 1/3 scale Deadman from Prime 1 Studio, part of their Justice League Dark line. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to pick this up. Not that I necessarily want to put together a Justice League Dark statue display, but I have Swamp Thing, and I'm definitely going to get Constantine, and these guys all go together. And I'm more of a Deadman fan from reading the Swamp Thing stuff, whether it was him showing up in the Alan Moore run or the Scott Snyder run, Charles Soule, and I did catch him here and there in ongoing titles that I'm reading. I definitely need to catch up on that Deadman Omnibus and Justice League Dark for that matter. But yeah, that's the first reason. And then the other one is, are we ever going to get another 1/3 scale Deadman statue? Probably not. We don't have a 1/4 scale one. And then the third reason, concept design by Lee Bermejo. So at first I thought this might be part of like their Batman Damned line because he designed, what was it, Batman, Joker, and I think Catwoman. And he was a part of that story as well, which I did read, but I need to reread it, man. I got confused as hell during Batman Damned. Let's talk about the statue itself. The X bonus version that comes with the signed art print retails $950, still available in low stock over at Prime 1, which is why I had to scoop this guy up. He stands, I believe it's about 33 inches tall. My bad, 31 and some change inches tall. About 14 inches in depth, and the width is about 11 inches. So it doesn't take up a lot of space, but surprisingly heavy, man. This base weighs a ton. You wouldn't really think it, but this is a solid piece, and there's so many things I like about it. We mentioned the base. I liked all the crack, cement and stone, the tombstone there. It's riddled with bones. I like how it's got missing teeth. They're all messed up and look like what you would expect out of a busted open grave, with him standing on top. And again, what they did with that like fine sculpted in lines, those really play with your eyes and give you such an illusion because it has shadowing, and besides the paint, with the way that the light hits those lines, it could really make this piece feel alive. They gave him a great ass shot here. But yeah, his suit just looking kind of like something from Attack on Titan, or something like you would see a body without its skin. So I really love how they nailed that. The pose, I like how he's not just in a museum pose, it's semi-dynamic. He looks like he's about to leap up out of the grave here. I love how his arms and his legs and everything are all sculpted together. It's one big solid piece. It just needs the portraits to switch out, which, wow, they did an amazing job. This first portrait here, again, the way that they keyed these in was genius. This is stuff that wasn't always the status quo in statues. You would have an unnecessary straight line across the neck, so that looks beautiful. Then switching it over to the gritted teeth portrait, just sneering over his shoulder, getting ready to show his power. I just think it's awesome. They did a great job on this piece, and the fact that it's such a kind of like not recognizable name character, I don't know, I really give them props for that, and we should be supporting these statue companies when they do make B-list, C-list, D-list characters, because we're always so quick to complain when there's another Batman or Wolverine. So Deadman in stock, 1/3 scale. I'm going to add it to my DC collection once we make the final move. For right now, he's got to go back in the box. But let me know what you think about the 1/3 scale Deadman in the comments down below. Appreciate the hell out you. Stay minty fresh. Peace.